What's up you guys, this is Junior Trader, and in this video we are taking a look at Apple stock. First of all, it had its earnings today. I have my opinion to provide on this. We'll also go over what came out of earnings as for the details, and we do have a price gap up quite a lot here, right? So, but I have my opinions. I'll talk about that in just a second. And then guys, in this video, I'll also take a look at QQQ and SPY and then other tech stocks, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Meta, and Netflix. So sorry for the late video. There was an issue on the YouTube side on their upload processing issue that this was affecting across many regions in North America, especially that I know of. And so yeah, that's why some of the videos are coming late today. But anyways, so I want to start off with Apple, and what I'm going to do first is let's go to the hourly interval and let's just mark this price in the post market where it is right now, because TradingView doesn't show the candle structure in the pre and the post market data on the daily candle. So this is where the price is 183 and 82 cents almost, right, in the post market. That's quite a massive candle. So pretty much this is what you are looking at, guys. It's not a red candle though, but you get my point, right? It's this is a candle you are looking at. Now, this candle is above 200 days moving average, first of all, right? But before going into the technicals, let's take a look at the earnings and some of the earnings details, right? So what are we seeing? It's a beat. It's a beat. Yay! Yay! Right? Well, not that quick. Let me go through this first with you guys. We have earnings, EPS, and revenue both beat, right? Reported what? 90.75 billion and estimated was 90.36 billion, right? EPS reported 1.53 and estimate was 1.50. But wait, there is more. Let me go a quarter back. Here, earnings. Revenue reported 119 billion. And now what is 90 billion? All right, you get the difference. It's quite huge, right? And okay, let's take a look at, so this is for the, the quarter, right? The period ending March. Let's go back. That would be, sorry guys. No, this is the one that would be in the last year. So they reported 94 billion last year in the same quarter, and this quarter they even have a less revenue than what they reported in the same quarter last year, right? Earnings are pretty much at par, EPS, I mean, earnings per share. And where the price was, well, right over here, 170. But again, price is not about where it was based off of those earnings, right? But you get my point. Earnings, they beat the Wall Street estimates, but in comparison to Apple's own earnings, it's not great, all right? So here, let's go through some of the details here now. They have had a lot of sales down, right? I'm just going to take you over here. In the March quarter, iPhone sales tumbled 10.5% to 46 billion, which compares the Wall Street. I'm not going to go through Wall Street consensus. Just take a look at this. Tumbled 10.5%. And Apple posted iPad revenue 5.6 billion, which was off 16.7% and below the Wall Street estimate as well. Apple has scheduled a special event, whatever. Mac sales were a positive surprise, 3.9% up. But then wearables was 9.6% down. Service was again the bright spot for Apple, with revenue up 14.2% to 23.9 billion. Apple also increased its quarterly dividend to 25 cents from 24 cents while expanding its stock repurchase program by $110 billion. Wow. All right. Cook said on the call that Apple's iPhone sales in China increased in the quarter from a year earlier, a disclosure that will likely surprise investors who have generally expected a rough quarter. Greater China revenue was off 8.1% in March quarter to 16.4 billion, better than the 15.3 billion the street has expected. Apple faces some risks of retaliation, whatever. And so here's the thing, guys. Whatever, price went up, that's okay in the post market. But I just showed you the earnings data. It's not that great in comparison to Apple's own earning, right? All right, and then guys, there is one more thing as for the forecast or the forward-looking guidance, and this has to also be taken as into the price reaction in the post market, because that's where it plays a lot, right? It's always the forward-looking guidance. So where so yeah, Apple expects, so in the current period, Apple expects sales to climb by a percentage in these low single digits. The company predicted that both its iPad and services business would grow by a rate in the double digits, but declined to give a forecast for the iPhone. And then they have on May 7th their but company has, I think, that's when they plan to unveil their new iPad. So we'll see what comes out of that. But that's something. And I also read somewhere that they will be going strong on the AI side as well. But we will see. But anyways, that's some of regarding Apple I want to talk about. Now, my feeling and my opinion is that it's a mixed reaction. And usually I say that stock price would continue higher, right? And after, well, when I say continue higher, if the stocks in the earnings have gone up, they usually go higher the next day, or if they have gone lower, they usually go lower the next day. With Apple, I have mixed feelings. Well, Microsoft and Google also, sold off after the gap up. And with Apple, for some reason, again, I don't know technically, but I just have feeling that Apple may sell off, but give it 50-50. I'm not confirmed on it, but just looking at even their forecast is like they will grow single digits or double digits as well. But what shocks me is the down, how much of revenue have they lost. I did not see anything in the statement. And if you have found somewhere something else that, oh, Apple is going to do something really magnificent differently, then maybe I couldn't see that. But I don't think they projected anything in a fashion that they will recapture this type of revenue. They are very short of 119 billion, right? I'm not sure, guys. I think we might see a cool off or a sell off, but it's just my opinion. The simple way to trade it would be, if tomorrow you see this 200 days moving average giving it a support, intraday it could be traded. I won't go swing on this, but if it lose 200 days moving average, it might sell off. I also think since it's above 200 days moving average now, it might just stick here itself. I think that's a possibility. I'm not expecting much out of it right now for some reason, but that's just my opinion. We'll see tomorrow. I always like to see the next day on, once the price has made the move. So we will see. As for any other critical support, no, I'm not seeing any other important support until 178 and 74 cents. So this is the level to also watch, right? All right, well, so that's Apple, right, guys? Now let's take a look at other tech stocks, and then we'll take a look at QQQ and SPY. And let's see, Apple is very heavily weighted in the market, QQQ and SPY. So let's see if Microsoft reacted a little bit. No, not much. Microsoft didn't react much in the post market to the Apple's earnings. Let's see. Let me see. Yeah, no, didn't react much. Microsoft for me, guys, is still in the downtrend. I'm not expecting much out of it. So I still think that it has a room to continue lower. Yeah, eventually I think it has still room to continue lower in my opinion. If it stays above tomorrow 397 and 28 cents, there might be some upside that may continue to come on this. But let's go to the hourly interval for that. That pop may come up to 200 hours moving average, but I would not bet anything more than that. But if tomorrow we lose 397.22 cents with 50 hours moving average, or 396 and 17 cents as well, then you can expect continuation to the downside on Microsoft. Let's take a look at Google. It also didn't react much in the with Apple. Uh, all right, so with Google, I told you that, guys, if any rebound that will come, watch the level closely, 116.21 cents. It's coming a little bit above that rebound, but I would not buy Google at this point, guys. It's up to you. Yes, technically it's on the daily interval in an uptrend. Technically, yeah, I'm not buying here, but I on hourly interval, you can maybe look for if it continues to hold these levels. So for example, tomorrow if it gets out above 167 and 12 cents, it has a room to go up to 169 and 73 cents. Otherwise, watch the break of 20 and 50, and that also is a support if the price action holds support there. So these are the two levels you're working with for Google. All right, Amazon. So Amazon has been crawling its way back up after its earnings. It's bullish right now, so it may continue higher. Yeah, price action is bullish on Amazon. It's not a short play right now. It's not a short play. Let's take a look at intraday play, if any. We can take a look at levels. Let me adjust something on my indicator here, guys. Let's do intraday depth level low, because it's a low volatile stock. So if Amazon stays tomorrow above 183 and 53 cents, it's just a long play. And if it breaks, it could give you some intraday cool-off play, but I would not trade it short just because it's very strong. Guys, pull back on this. Watch if you can buy for the intraday plays. That's just my opinion, though. Meta, guys, so I'm fully out of Meta at this point. Nothing is there. Only 15% was left position. I fully booked it. This just taking so long to continue lower. Good money made. I'm happy with the money I made, but yeah, this is the position. I took profits here and I'm out of this now. Meta, I think it still has a room to continue lower, but this thing looks like it's wanna play around a little bit. So you're watching this level. If we break the level of 433 and 74 cents, that's a flush area. But if we get above 446 and 49 cents, this may continue back at least to 200 hours moving average as well. Netflix. So Netflix, guys, I'm fully out of it as well. It's when things get sticky and I'm in the money. Well, I already took a lot of partial profits on this, but this is fully out of the position. And yeah, it didn't flush 546 so far. This was the area. If we would lose this is a flush to 200 days moving average, but since it started to go upside, we can be expecting a rebound at least to 579 and 41 cents now. But yeah, regardless of anything to be taken, have a stop loss. I would also say that wait for the confirmation above 200 hours moving average, then it can give you 579 area. Otherwise, if it wants, it can still reject and stay choppy here. That's what it has been doing. Just trade with the level. Like for tomorrow, if any short play has to come, that will be below 560 or at the rejection of 200 hours moving average. Otherwise, if we get out of 567, there might be a pop that may come up to 579. All right, let's take a look at QQ and SPY, guys, now, and then with that, I will wrap it up here. So QQQ, let's first go to the hourly interval because Apple would have affected it in the post market. Not much. Well, no, yeah, it did. Here we go. Right, this is what it is. So guys, where we start? Let's start here, intraday. Okay, QQQ at this point, bulls have held one of the pivots at the level of that we were talking about, 421. QQQ is bullish right now. Tomorrow, if pullback comes, it can be bought at 20, 50, and 200 hours moving average, somewhere here. This is bullish right now. If, again, you need to have a stop loss, but yeah, pullbacks on this are a buy, in my opinion, at least for intraday. And on the swing side, so let's take a look at that. Let's go to the daily interval. Since this pivot is held, right, as we were talking about, if bulls wants to keep it higher, they have to rotate it at 421. So there was this rebound rejection that we talked about at the blue box, right? Now it's holding that swing pivot. So that was the play, guys, that short continuation, another one. Now things on the intraday are looking higher. So even if you say, oh no, swing is still a short at 432, then but you should still partially size out some position. But guys, the thing is that if we formed a higher pivot, most likely this time it's gonna break. So that's why it's wise to, if the rebound is shorted as well, like this rebound on the swing side, partial profit should be taken, and if the structure fails to continue to break lower and a pivot is confirmed, then you should start sizing out. I mean, it's all about because the structure, we have to see the structure every day, and accordingly, because structure starts from intraday and it turns into swing. Okay, so that's what I was talking about, that this was the flush we called out after the distribution phase. Then we talked about, okay guys, this is becoming intraday rebounds, but then it will reject at this blue box. We got that. Now it's holding the structure, this level I have been calling. Guys, you are watching 421. If bulls can hold this level, this will continue to be on the near term horizon, this intraday turning into the swing side, right? And yeah, so technically you can still trade both sides, guys. Don't get me wrong. Short swingers can can trade these things, right? But then long swing players can also trade these intraday longs, and then for them there's a pivot as well. So this is the area where both sides of trades can be taken, and accordingly you will manage your position based on your bias on this, right? You can make money on both sides in the stock market as long as you are trading the structure the correct way. There are times, well, because technically rebounds can be intraday trades, right, in the downtrend, and while you are trading the direction as short. And you don't have to trade the rebounds. I usually don't trade the rebounds. I only trade the direction on the longer horizon. But anyways, that's QQQ. So yeah, QQQ seems at least becoming intraday bullish, and swing, it has been trying to catch up that. The overall direction is still downtrending on QQQ, but swing is intraday is looking strong to eventually make also the swing full bigger direction swing on the daily, eventually bullish. But we are not there yet. We are swing 4 hours or hourly intraday being bullish, but not on the daily. There is a difference between the interval time frames you are trading. Either your definition of intraday or swing plays would change according to that. All right, SPY. So we got that rejection at the, similarly, just like you guys got that rebound, but then you can see this pivot is holding, right? I said that if bulls wants to rotate, that will be above 497 or so. Now here's the thing, you can draw this line, and if we lose this trend line, it's still a continuation to the downside. But if we break out of this time above 507, guys, because it's a higher pivot, this will most likely this time gonna get out. Okay, so accordingly you have to handle your position size in, size out. Now on the hourly interval for SPY, wow, this video is getting long, but guys, bear with me. So here's the thing, on hourly interval, I'm not fully bullish on SPY unless it's not breaking out of this trend line. So tomorrow, if we get out of this $507, it's most likely gonna go up. But if we reject at this area of the trend line and the 507, this thing is gonna again come lower, but it's gonna be confirmed bearish only if it breaks 503 again. I told you that if we can recapture 503 today, we are most likely gonna go up for the intraday, and we got that. Guys, that's all for this video. If you found it helpful, valuable, please hit the like, subscribe. If you need access to my tools, links in the description below. And with that, I'll see you in my next videos. Take care. Bye.